You can support this show at patreon.com/ASAPodcasting. Welcome to a Skyrim Addict podcast, where I will discuss my adventures and misadventures through Skyrim. Join me. Add your stories, add your tales. Let's get into this thing. Welcome back. The latest Skyrim Addict podcast. So, I've been playing a lot of Oblivion, which keeps blooping off my screen here. This is very weird. Having an issue. Sorry, my monitor keeps going out. So I've been playing actually a ton of Oblivion. I will get into that in a moment, in the Dark Brotherhood. It'd be awesome. That would be an awesome roundtable questline. I mean, I'm going to go through it here, but obviously to go through it more in depth would be pretty incredible. A couple quick show things. Let's Play Skyrim. The end of Dunstan's story in the Dawn Guard is coming up. I believe that's this week. I had to wait a few days because of file or time-wise for uploading our monthly limit. So I had to wait a few days to put that up. So that'll be coming this week. So, sorry, getting my thing fixed here. Good. That should keep my screen on, which keeps going off, which was a problem. So that'll be, and then once the Dawn Guard story is done, we're going to actually change that up and go back and forth to different games, some Fallout stuff. I would like to do some Oblivion stuff on there and other games if that. So we're going to keep it all together, like we did with the Skyrim, when it was just Skyrim, or main quest, or this. So it'll be a full complete story, then something else will start, a full complete story, then something else will start, or quest line, whatever. So we're not going to break it up in some weird way, or it'll just be bouncing all over the place. It'll be a clean story straight through, and then switch over to something else. God, this is really annoying. My screen keeps going off, and I'm not sure why, and it's quite an issue because then I can't read what's on the screen. So I did get to play with PSVR a little bit. I only played for about 5 minutes so far, maybe 10 minutes. I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure I can play it much more than a few minutes at a time. So there is that issue for me. But my son's been playing it a lot. He absolutely loves it. So let's see if I can sit down with him and talk about it. That may be at the end of this episode. Depends on when he wakes up on this New Year's Eve. So, what I've been playing is some seriously deep dive into Oblivion still. I have Assassin's Creed Origins sitting over here on the desk that I haven't even put into my Xbox One yet. Stupidly, because I am playing Oblivion. So, all right. So the Dark Brotherhood and Oblivion, I would say it's more in depth than Skyrim. Has a deeper story. I like the story better. They don't. I don't know. It's it feels more fleshed out, maybe. But it's good. It feels I feel like it's longer too, but I could be wrong. I like some of the Cicero stuff in the Skyrim one. I do like the Dark Brotherhood questline in general. It's pretty good. I will say the Night Mother in Skyrim is way better than the Night Mother in Oblivion. Much creepier and scarier, and just works better for that story. Oh man, I feel a sneeze coming on. So if I hear a pause, it's because I'm sneezing because I've been sick for a few days. But that's one where I think the voicing of the Night Mother in Skyrim is much better than that of Oblivion, where it's more just a typical Daedra. But or typical, just typical voice. All right, so to start off in the Dark Brotherhood, you can do it accidentally, of course, like many people do. You just accidentally murder someone, which can happen. And when you go to sleep, you do have, and here's the thing, it can happen because of the mechanic in Oblivion where you have to sleep to level up anyway. It's something that you won't really miss if you do kill someone. So you go to sleep wherever, a bed at an inn or whichever, and you're woken up by a creepy man in a hood named Lucien LeChance, and he congratulates you on murdering, essentially. What's his exact quote? Let's see if I can remember what it is. I forget what he says. He says something about murdering. Anyway, you sleep rather soundly for a murderer. That's it. I know I'd seen the quote somewhere. So he offers you an invitation essentially he tells you he gives you, I believe, the Blade of Woe and travel to the Inn of Ill Omen and kill this guy Rufio. So you can go there and do that, and then it's not very difficult to kill him, although he proclaims he's innocent. If you can sneak in there and not see you. I started this, I have extremely high chameleon armor going, enchantments and armor. So nobody really sees me when I go anywhere, except for some of the guards in town have been seeing me recently. Wonder if that's because I've gotten to a certain level or something. I'm not sure. Because I did owe a fine. I don't know what for, though, but it kept screwing me up here later in the quest lines. But so anyway, you go there. You can either talk to the guy who runs the Inn of Ill Omen and find out about Rufio. And so then you go down, kill him, and then sleep again in a bed somewhere. So then you get another visit from Lucien, and he tells you you can join the Dark Brotherhood. And, so you travel to Cheydinhal. That's where the headquarters is, in an abandoned house. And then you'll know the passphrase this time to be able to enter. And once you go in, you'll meet the family members, kind of like you do in the Skyrim one. There's Achieva. She gives you your gear and all. There's who's the vampire? I can't remember his name. Let's see if I can. Let's see if they have a list of the members of the guild, so I can remember. Oh wow, that stinks. Let's see. I'm trying to find them. Oh, here we go. The members. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, there's Vincent Valtieri, Teleandril, Tinava, Shemer, Achieva, Mirage, Dar, Gorgon, Gro, Bolmog, a Dark Guardian, Antoinette Marie. So those are the main people over there in Cheydinhal. There's also members in other places, but Achieva is Tianava or Tainava or whatever, I think is someone you get quests from later on. And Achieva gives you your gear and stuff. There's also 3 separate areas when you go down in there. It's easy to miss. There's like the living quarters and the training area. So don't forget that. There's doors to the left and right as you go into the sanctuary. So you want to remember that because you may miss people who are down there because they're off in those other rooms. Some of the living quarters are open. I believe it's like Tianava and the vampire guy, Vincent or whatever his name is. I forget his name. But so those are areas where you want to check out down there. You do get, once you get there, you get the shrouded hood and shrouded armor. They have decent enchantments on them. If you're lower level, they're pretty good. The stuff I had was what I kept wearing anyway. I am actually using the hood you get later on in the quest line to when I switch out my main night vision hood, because I don't like wearing that during the day. So it's one I switch into. Oh, so Vincente he's who you got to speak to get your contract. Oh gosh, sorry about that. He basically gives you the contract to kill the pirate on the ship in the Imperial City, the one at the waterfront there. Not the one that goes out to sea, which is also a fun quest. The one that they are loading boxes onto, and there's pirates coming on and off of it. So you need to either kill everyone or sneak on there. So you want to get to the captain's cabin and kill the captain and get out of there before they discover you. It depends. Again, your level. It depends on how easy it is, depending on your level. You can get into one of the crates and sneak aboard the ship. And then once you find yourself in there, you have to sneak through the hallways and kind of work your way back up and kill the captain. And the other way I did it was I just snuck on. So you could also kill someone from there's the mates running around on the deck. So you can kill one of them from afar with bow and arrow, archery, and then sneak on. I don't know how easy that would be. That seems like that would be a little more cumbersome, because it's not easy to remain hidden after taking a shot in Oblivion. Skyrim, you can stay hidden pretty well. Not so much in Oblivion. Somebody's going to see you pretty quickly, and archery's not as powerful, so you're probably not going to kill them in one shot, I'm going to guess. So that's not as simple of a way of doing it as sneaking in, but it all depends. You have to find some chameleon stuff or some potions or whatever, or spells, etc., etc. So you kill the pirate, and then you head back to find out what your next quest from Vincente is. So you're gonna have to kill Bane Lin. He's a wood elf. He's in Bruma. There is someone else in his home. This one is a cool one. I really like this one. You get a bonus so Bane Lin sits in a chair below a Minotaur head, I believe. And you get a bonus if you can sneak into the house, sneak up into a little hidden closet area, release the Minotaur head that then falls on him and kills him. So this is the best way to do it, first of all, because his, servant, person, guard, whatever, is sitting right there. So you want to sneak in. There's a cellar entrance. You can sneak in the front door. There's a couple different ways, depending on how high your sneak level is. And then in the evening, he sits below the Minotaur head doing whatever. I don't know, reading, eating, whatever he does. You can go up into that closet, release it. It falls on him, and then just sneak on out of the house. So you don't want to get caught, obviously. You can kill him however you want, but you get a bonus for doing it that way. So, and this one, I believe the Sufferthorn dagger is the one of the things you get for it is your reward, which it depending on your level is what it damage health and damage strength does. Yeah, it levels up with you. So depending on your level is what level it's at. I think mine does 25 and 12 or something, but that's your reward for it, the Sufferthorn dagger. So, so then you of course head back to get your next quest from Vincente Valeri, and you have to find... this is where you have to go to the prison, find Valandreth and kill him in his cell. He's about to get out, like the next day or something. So you want to take care of him. I believe you go through the sewers. You end up, in a cell. Surprisingly, surprise! You're back in a cell, coming through the sewers, and you want to take care of him. There are keys on the table at the end after you get out of your cell. As my screen goes off again, so you can open his cell and kill him. I think I just picked the lock. Depending on how good at lock picking you are, is whether you want to look for the keys or pick the locks. I have no issues with the lock picking. I don't mind it. Although you can run out of lock picks pretty quickly in this because they're just not as plentiful as they are in Skyrim. It's something you want to keep mind of. It's not like you'll have like 500 lock picks at any point. Yeah, unless I think if you join the Thieves Guild, you'll have a crap load of them. But not in general. You won't have that many. So you can kill him, take care of good old Valandreth, and you can sneak on back out. When you're in the sewers and the sanctum area, there are guards all over, so you kind of want to sneak around. You can also pickpocket the captain to get the key, but there's a set of keys on the table at the end of the kind of hallway there. So this is where you get the Scales of Pitiless Justice, where if you just carry them around, you get a bonus to your strength and agility and intelligence, but I think it damages your personality. So that's like your something you'll carry around the rest of the game, basically. I have it just sitting in my inventory. Now, here's one that was good. This is the and it has a nice connection to the Skyrim one. So you're going to help Francois Motier. Now, is he related to the Motier you deal with in the Skyrim Dark Brotherhood? Probably. It makes sense. It would make sense. I haven't really looked up the history on that, actually. Let's see. Francois Motier. And let's see if he's related in any way. It doesn't really say. But whether he is or isn't, Armand Motier, of course, wants you to kill the Emperor in Skyrim. So, Francois Motier, he wants to fake his death and escape. Right, this stinks. My screen keeps going blank. He wants you to help him fake his death. So, you get a dagger, Langerwine dagger, or whatever it's called. It has a Langerwine poison on it. And so you're going to go to his place and stage this as somebody else who is, I think, coming to collect a debt or something, is coming to kill him. So you kill him in front of him. Essentially, you stab him and he falls over from the Langerwine poison or whatever it is. Once he gets, you have to wait, I think, like a day or something, and his corpse is moved to the, like the Chapel Undercroft. So you go over there, give him the antidote, and then, of course, his zombie family members will come and attack you. So you got to kill them and get out of there. And then once you get back to Vincente, sorry. You finally get the key to the well, which is the quick way into the sanctuary, and you get another piece of gear, Cruelty's Heart, which is an amulet, and again, it's leveled depending on your level, so, and it's willpower and strength. So, but that's a fun part of the quest line. I really like that. It was different. You fake kill someone, and you have to wake them up, and the Motier connection is nice between Skyrim and Oblivion. And why does this screen keep going blank? Sorry about that. It's very distracting. All right. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go. Trying to make it so it doesn't go on and off. That would be good. All right. Let's hope that works. Anyway. So your next quest is from Ochiva, I believe. Oh, in between, I forget when you can get this quest, but there's a quest from one of the other Argonians in there, and he has to go kill a member who refused to kill or something like that. I'll have to look that up. But there was a little side quest. But this one is this one's from Achieva, and you have to kill a high elf who lives in Imperial City, Phelan. And so you got to go. You ask around basically, and then you find out where he is. You can ask the other members like you do in the Skyrim Dark Brotherhood. And once you find them in the Imperial City, you have to kill him, and you get a bonus for doing it inside where nobody is at. So that's kind of what you want to. So you want to find him. You want to get him to a place where he can't be found. You find out he is a bit of a skooma addict, so you can either follow him to the house he goes to and drinks the skooma, or you can talk to him, and there's a couple different ways, and follow him there or whatever, or just get the key to the house from him, or you can just break into the house. So you just want to kill him in there, basically, because nobody will find him. And then you get Shadow Hunt, which is a leveled bow from this one, and it's health and magic. You get a lot of pretty cool stuff. I do have to say, it's not just pay. You get a lot of pretty good items from the Oblivion Dark Brotherhood quest line. And there are a lot of quests. So, and they get significantly more difficult towards the end. The people are much tougher, although I had one that was very strange. And the person just dropped dead on me. But so Achieva is who you're getting your quest from. Next is you want to head to Fort Such and kill Roderick. And basically Roderick is a warlord who's dying, and you want to switch out his medicine with the poison that Achieva gives you. So you want to get in there without being seen and get out. Because if you don't get your bonus. And really the bonuses are really nice. So you want to get in and out. So these are definitely more stealthy. I know in Oblivion a lot what I would do is use like fear spells and fury and things like that, and would just have like for those random Dark Brotherhood quests you had to do to build back up the Dark Brotherhood or whatever. If it was somebody in a town and like they were chopping wood, I would just like cast fury, and somebody would go kill them, or they would try and attack people and then get killed by the guards. These you got to be a little more stealthy, be a little more think about what you're going to do. Maybe if you haven't played it before, do it a couple times to kind of get through the area. Like this one, you would have to know where the guards are, or use a life detect spell or life detect gear of some sort to get through. So there is all that. I feel like there's a little more planning involved, and you definitely want to ask around. A little more details to each of the quests is kind of what I would say the difference is. So you want to sneak in, switch his gear, what is that called? Medicine out, something I could use, and switch it out with the poison. So, and then you get your gear you get is Deceiver's Finery, which is an outfit, and it gives you what does it do? Personality and speechcraft. I was wondering where I got that from. I had it in my inventory. I had forgotten I got it from there. So then you go back to Achieva, of course, and oh, sorry about that. Next one you get from Achieva is you have to go to Skingrad, and he's this is a pretty cool one. It's a murder party essentially. So you're going to Summit Mist Manor. Once you get there, the Dark Brotherhood envoy at the door will let you know what's going on inside, and he's posing as like, I don't know, the host or whatever he is, the doorman or whatever. You have to go and try and kill everyone without anybody knowing you did it. And how many people are in the house? Oh God, how many? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 people in the house. That's right. So I forget exactly which order I did it. You can use the poisoned apples, like in you can get those from what's it, Rajdar. That's it in the sanctuary. But I don't think everybody can be killed that way. I went in and just, I would charm the first person I talked to. They would go. They were like, "Oh, let's go look here," and we went and looked there. I think it was like the basement first. Went down, killed her in the basement. Next person, talked to them. Went to some other room, killed that person. I think that's basically how I did it. And then when it got down to 2, I believe there was 2 people left. I spoke to someone, convinced them. They had already figured out people were dying at that point. I persuaded that person that I wasn't the killer, and they went and killed the other person, and they basically killed each other. Or they killed the other person, then I killed them. So eliminated everybody without anybody knowing it was me. So it's a little more in depth than that. I don't want to give away all of it, but it's pretty fun. You can also use like frenzy, and, things like that. I don't think I had a frenzy spell, so I didn't use that. But you might get caught using it that way as well. But I think you need to have pretty high disposition or whatever, just to whatever the actual skill is called, to convince them that you are not the killer, from what I remember. But like I said, I played it I'm pretty far along in this character, so much higher level. Sorry about that. So Chiva's still giving you your quest lines. And this one is you have to kill Adamus, and he's a Legion. This one was a pain in the butt. He's living in the City Watch barracks in Leowin, and you can't kill him when he's wearing armor. So you have to follow him and figure out when the best time to get him is. And your bonus is you need to take his finger and then go place it in the desk of the new captain of the guard or something like that. So you have to follow him around. Use this one arrow, which will kill him instantly, only if he's not wearing armor. And that is that's kind of like this is a quest where you really have to follow the person, see what they do for the day, and then pick your spot. Like, you can obviously figure it out as you're going, like, oh, now they're without armor. Oh, nobody's around. Okay, I can do it. But you have to take your time and really follow the person and ask people like what their schedule is and things like that. So, and then you go place the finger. It's at the prison district in the Imperial City in the offices. So if you go over there, you can just drop it in the desk. You got to sneak in there, though. You don't want to get caught, obviously, because that would be a problem. And then you get advanced to assassin from that. Still with Achieva. See, there's a lot of quests. This one is Achieva lets you know that you have to meet. She basically gives you a letter, and you're supposed to meet Lucian at his hideout at Fort Farragut, which I accidentally found way earlier in the game. You'll know what it is because it has the Dark Brotherhood banners hanging everywhere, which is pretty cool. It's a nice little place. It has a nice secret entrance through a tree. And so he has a task for you, and you have to get there and find out what it is. So you have to eliminate everyone. You have to go back to Chaden Hall, basically, and kill everyone. So they're decently tough, and they're all in there. So, and then you have to make sure you go into all the different areas when you head back to the Chaden Hall. What's it called? Sanctuary. I was thinking guild for some reason. So you have to figure out where everybody is in the sanctuary and kill The one you can kill with a poison apple, if you stick it in her barrel. Not Achieva. Maybe it is Achieva. You stick the poison apple in the barrel. I think that's what I did. But you'll see she has some food in there. Just drop a poison apple in there as the only food. She'll eat it and die. The vampire, obviously, I used some arrows with fire on them and try to do it as fast as possible. I've also been conjuring Daedroth, so that helps as well. There's an orc usually in the training area. So you got to take him on pretty easily. It wasn't super easy. They're all pretty difficult. If you have a high level frenzy spell, that could help. But you don't want to get into a battle with all of them at once. That's for sure. So, but if you want to do that side quest I was talking about earlier, the Tianava's Shadow Scale quest, do that first, obviously. Before you get to this point, that's where there's a rogue shadow scale down in down in the southern part of the map by Leowen or something in the swamps. You want to do that first, obviously, and loot everything you can because there's a ton of good gear in the Cheydinhal place. You'll get the keys off of everybody, open up their chests, get everything out of there, and also you get Shadow Mirror on this quest. I really do not like the horse mechanic in Oblivion at all. So it's funky as anything. Like Skyrim, it's a little funky. It's really funky in this, especially switching back and forth between third and first person is very weird. And my character is invisible, so that doesn't help. So it's just a horse I'm controlling. Very, very strange. So after this, you find you can only communicate through Dead Drop with Lucien. So you head to Hero Hill, get the Dead Drop, and you have to kill Celadine, or Celadine, or however you say it, up at a cave. And let's see. This is the one who's trying to become a lich, and so you have to figure out. You want to go into the cave, and you have to figure out, the best way to attack this person. How you can, you'll find out from the letter that it's a little more complicated than just going in and killing them. So, you basically have to steal their Horcrux, essentially. Is basically what you're doing. It's pretty fun. So, like another one, there's so many quests in this one. It's so in depth. I really, really enjoy it. But and it's not all super straightforward. Just go kill this person. Like this one, you have to find out how you can even put this person down completely. And it's not super simple. Depending on your level, it's way less simple than it is. But it's a good little quest. I won't spoil how to do it because it's fun to play through. So then you get to the next Dead Drop. It's a oak tree and coral. You basically have to kill an entire family. And again, to do this, you have to talk to people, and you have to use your charm because you're going to get more information. So that using your charm and information, and you'll be able to find out where everyone is and be able to complete the entire storyline much easier. Most of these, I forget how I did it. Probably did most of them quietly with arrows, if I could. Arrows and poison. It all depended. Yeah, it was a mix of different ones. But I think there's like 4. There's a few family members. The first one's pretty easy, and then you just kind of get the information on the rest as you go along. And, you can decide your attacks. You can follow them around, see what they do. You can talk to people, see what they do, and see when the best place. Because you obviously want to kill them without being caught. That's the whole thing in this. So then you get to your next Dead Drop. It's in Skingrad, I believe. Yeah, it's at the castle in the well. But you want to go to Bruma, and there's a Khajiit in a basement that you have to kill. And he's pretty tough hand-to-hand combat. he will do some damage to you very quickly. It's kind of like running into that guy in Riften where he just what's his name with the gloves, and he'll just beat you with the gauntlets or gloves. What are they called? Oh God, do you think I would remember what they were called? But yeah, he's kind of on that level where he'll come and just punch the hell out of you and can kill you. So you basically want to sneak into his basement and kill him, and then head to your next drop. Again, you can do it differently or whatever. Oh, and he has a black hand hood and robe that you can take, and some skill books in there. So you always search the houses, obviously. That's an obvious part of it. So it starts to feel weird because you're like, like, hey, who are these people I'm killing? So next you go to Old Bridge, head to which then leads you to a flooded mine, or the flooded mine, I should say, where you have to kill Shaliz. This one is you will need water breathing. I do remember that. I have a water breathing ring or something, so I didn't really have an issue. And you'll have to kill Shaliz. She may be swimming or something like that. But again, another tough person to go after in this one. And these are all pretty straightforward. Here, the next one is a very strange one for me. So you get your drop at Fort Redmond. And what's his name? Alval Uvani is a merchant, and he travels. So I think you get his schedule as well. But I met him I tried to meet him on the road. I believe he was heading to Leeuwin. So it was might have been Sundas. So he was heading that way. And I was like, all right, I saw his arrow. I'm like, all right, I'll head across and head up and meet him on the road. So I was trying to stay just far enough away where I could hit him with a few arrows before he got close to me. So I thought I saw him on the top of a hill a little bit down the road. And I'm like, okay, why isn't he coming? Why is this taking so long? So I was slowly sneaking up, and all of a sudden it's like the quest completion pops up. Oh, you've killed Alval Uvani. I'm like, what the hell? What happened? Well, I get up there. There was was it Landroth, whatever the hell they're called. One of those Oblivion, one of those creatures from Oblivion, had killed him on the road while I was watching, and I didn't, because it doesn't really render that far away. I could see him, but he was coming in and out of rendering. So then as I got closer, I'm like, wait, where the hell is he? And he was laying dead on the road. So that was an easy one because I didn't even have to kill him, and so I didn't get in trouble at all. So there was that. So the next dead drop is actually in my stump, and I was worried. I was like, oh, crap, I forgot. I was like, man, I hope this doesn't reset the stump, but it doesn't. So I just had to search through and find the note since I have a lot of stuff in the stump. But this one you're going to kill a chieftain up on the mountain. And it's funny, Solstheim comes up in this and all. Very cool to see. But you had the Knoll Mountain kill Havelstein Horblood. Knoll Mountain was a little bit of a pain in the butt to get to, but got there. And okay, so it's near Frostcrag Spire. Yeah, I had trouble getting there, but I ended up just shooting them and moving on. It wasn't super easy getting there, though. Let's see. And then next one, you head to Nornall, wherever that is, and then head to Breville. And this is where you're going to kill the guy in Breville who is talking to the lucky old lady statue. You see him there. He's there all game, really. If you go there in the evening, there's the guy standing there with the torch talking to the lucky old lady. So it basically says you can shoot him. Your note, your drop note says you can kill him in town. He's already told the guards to not do anything if there's a fight. So you do that, and then all of a sudden, Lucien Lachance appears. And you're like, well, what? And he lets you know. Basically, you're getting played. So you got to meet him. at Apple Watch farm where you killed the one lady, and he basically tells you that before you meet him back there, you have to head to the lighthouse in Anvil, find out kind of what's going on. You have to get a key from the lighthouse keeper, then you have to head to the cellar, which is outside, and search and stuff like that. So it's pretty disturbing down there. There's a head and some stuff. So, and then when you get to Apple Watch Farm, the rest of the Black Hand that is alive is there, and they didn't believe that Lucian didn't do this. Basically, somebody was switching out the drop notes, and he's hanging upside down, blah, blah, blah. When you get the diary, you'll find out more about it. So you then join the Black Hand, and so they want to go speak to the Night Mother, who, of course, is the Lonely Old Lady statue in Breville. So you have to head back to the Lonely Old Lady statue. In the evening, they speak to it. It opens up. You head into the little crypt. Much smaller little crypt than you would imagine. It's very, very tiny. It is not big at all. But there's some good loot down there. And then you kind of find out what goes on. The final attack happens, and there's only like 2 of you left alive, and you become the listener. And it is a good, solid, long quest line. There are also radiant quests after that when you go talk to the lucky old lady, or the Night Mother, whatever you want to call her. She'll give you a quest, which you don't actually kill the people. You pass that information on to Arcan, I believe, who is the only person left from the Black Hand. So that's kind of the whole run through of the Dark Brotherhood in Oblivion. And so next time, hopefully, I'll have a little more on Skyrim VR. I want to play it a little more, but it's hard for me to play more than a few minutes at a time. But stay tuned. We may be talking about it right after this, depending on if I can get somebody who's played it a ton to actually sit down with me and talk about it. So there may be more to the show. If not, thank you to all the patrons for keeping the feeds going. I think we're going to add another one coming up. I'm going to talk to Andrew, see which one we want to add to it. And, of course, Fallout and Skyrim. And Let's Play Skyrim / Let's Play whatever we're going to call it eventually. If you have a name, let us know. I don't know a name, what we're going to change it to. But I don't know. Let's play something. Maybe Let's Play Something. Let's call it Let's Play Something. So that'll be those are all running good. We've had no issues now moving over. So thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon. And subscribe on YouTube and all that. All right. Until next time, or in a few seconds, depending on what happens here, take care, everyone.